My name is Jay's a Dragon, and welcome to my build guide series where I will explain how to build the X-Men as playable characters in 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. This video is timestamped so you can skip to where you need, with a link in the description for the written version. My disclaimers are as follows. Official, third party, UA, homebrew, in that order. Mechanics over description, flavor is always optional. Builds work in every tier of play. And lastly, magic items are not requirements for a build to work. Wade Wilson, aka Deadpool, the merc with a mouth. He volunteered for a highly experimental treatment to cure his terminal cancer. What he didn't know is the people curing him were the sadistic turd burglars behind the Weapon X program, trying to make the perfect soldier. He definitely didn't become that, but what he did gain was an apparent case of immortality due to a mutant healing factor that keeps his cancer at bay. Since then, plenty of people have been trying to kill him, himself included, but nothing has stuck. His secondary powers vary with the retelling, from teleportation, superhuman marksmanship, and being Baraka from Mortal Kombat. But one thing is constant. The person that came out is deeply, deeply deranged, with the apparent delusion that he's in a comic book, video game, movie, or occasionally a YouTube video. Using point buy, I gave Deadpool 10, 15, 14, 15, 8, 8, with a +2 in dexterity. Custom Lineage Reborn is used as race, keeping the ugly aesthetics while taking dark vision and defeat. Take the Gunner feat for another +1 in dexterity, now at 18. Acrobatics and Intimidation from Fighter, and Athletics and Persuasion and a Gaming Set in Xbox Series X from Mercenary Veteran background. Fighter Level 1. Archery Fighting Style for a +2 to ranged weapon attacks. Second Wind gives him a bonus action healing factor of 1d10 plus fighter level, usable once per short rest. Fighter Level 2. Deadpool gets Action Surge, gaining a second action in the same turn, usable once per short rest. Fighter Level 3. Take the Eldritch Knight subclass. Weapon bond your katana and pistol, preventing disarms to make sure you're never without them. Spellcasting. Cantrips learned. Sword Burst. Spin with your katanas out, slicing everything within reach. Mending, for your poor costume. Also get your bullets back into working shape in a pinch, but you have to retrieve them first. Spells learned. Shield. Whirl your blades to deflect bullets out of the air, most of them anyway. Absorb elements. Your enhanced agility and teleporting help you avoid the worst of energy attacks. Silvery barbs. Some really upsetting puns make your enemies regret their life choices while giving you an opening. Fighter Level 4. ASI. Take Fey Touched, +1 in intelligence, now at 16. Gain Hunter's Mark, going for blood while you hunt down Francis. And Misty Step, your handy teleport. Spell learned, Magic Missile, fire off several rounds with improbable aim. Fighter Level 5, Extra Attack, Daddy needs to express some rage. Fighter Level 6, ASI, take Sharpshooter, because gratuitous violence is the best violence. War Magic. After a cantrip, you can make a bonus action weapon attack. Fighter Level 7. Spell learned, Warding Wind. Keep whirling your blades, knocking away a spray of bullets. Fighter Level 8. ASI. +2 dexterity, now at 20. Spell learned, Blindness Deafness. A good old flashbang, the perfect prank. Fighter Level 9. Indomitable. Call a do-over on a failed save. Usable once per long rest. Fighter Level 10, subclass feature Eldritch Strike. Cause save disadvantage after a weapon hit. Cantrip learned, Friends. Who doesn't need more friends? They do keep attacking you though. Spell learned, Shatter. Bounce over a frag grenade for a fun surprise. Fighter Level 11, extra attack now gives 3 attacks per action. Spell learned, Darkness. Smoke bomb an area to keep them guessing. Fighter Level 12, ASI. Fighting Initiate for a second fighting style. Take Blind Fighting Style to see while blinded or in the darkness spell, and see invisible. Fighter Level 13. You gain a second use of Indomitable per long rest. Spell learned, Dispel Magic. Make an opponent so mad at you that they drop their own effects. Fighter Level 14. ASI, +2 intelligence, now at 18. Spell learned, Counterspell. Flick a shuriken at the face of someone attempting to cast. Fighter Level 15. Subclass feature Arcane Charge. Misty Step whenever you use Action Surge. Fighter Level 16. ASI, +2 intelligence, now at 20. Spell learned, Melf's Minute Meteors. Wield a grenade launcher you stole from Cable. Fun. Fighter level 17. You now have 2 uses of Action Surge per short rest, and you now have 3 uses of Indomitable per long rest. Fighter level 18. Improved War Magic. When casting a spell, you can use a bonus action for a weapon attack. Fighter level 19. ASI. Ritual Caster. Pick 2 first level rituals, and you can add other rituals from books and scrolls you loot. Learn Find Familiar. Call in Dogpool, your variant that is a dog. Detect Magic. Info gathering before you pull off a hit. And to be added, Tiny Hut. Take a rest in Sukasa, a portable and completely conspicuous camper van. And Phantom Steed. Conjure forth a rainbow unicorn or a Vespa or something. Spell learned Glyph of Warding. Ready up an arsenal of tricks like a doomsday prepper with an axe to grind. Fighter level 20. Extra attack now gives 4 attacks per action. Spell learned Blink. Frequent and semi-random teleporting keep you hard to predict and harder to deal with. Magic item Wishlist. Bag of Holding. It's only there because artists hate having to draw all those weapons. A plus 1, 2, or 3 Heward's Hireling Armor, to be covered in just so many pouches. Plus 1, 2, or 3 a variety of swords, knives, sais, shuriken, pistols, and automatic pistols. A Dragon Touch Focus, gem. Advantage on initiative and teleport 15 feet with every spell you cast. And any spell wands that only require they be attuned to a spellcaster, such as Voyager Staff, more kinds and more uses of teleports, and Wand of Fireballs, more boom. Headpool. Using the Gnashing Death's Head stat block from Van Richten's and the sidekick rules from Tasha's, recruit Headpool from the Marvel Zombies alternate Earth to be your floating, zombified head companion. Expert sidekick makes it a helpful support presence, giving help to you and providing skill proficiencies you lack. Careful, he bites. Tactics. Deadpool needs 1 free hand to be able to access his material components in his many pouches. Opt to wield 1 sword or 1 gun and the other hand free, or he won't be able to use spells like Shield and Absorb Elements, even if he took Warcaster, which I don't advise. I do agree that dual wielding is the ideal style for Deadpool, so I have to describe Action Surge and Extra Attack as doubling up on the number of weapons. Hunter's Mark is stronger for an Eldritch Knight than it is for a Ranger, since fighters get more hits per action and a huge boost with Action Surge, netting far more single target damage with d6s on every strike. Most bonus actions will be devoted to reactivating Hunter's Mark, but following rounds could see pulling a second sword or sai to get off 1 more tick and a bonus d6. War Magic allows Deadpool to use Mind Sliver, saying something so out of pocket that it causes psychic damage and a d4 decrease to their next save, followed by a bonus action weapon attack. If you beat AC, you can Action Surge for another action this turn to make use of Eldritch Strike, making use of save disadvantage with that weapon attack, and follow up with a cast of Blindness, with minus 1d4 and disadvantage on the save. He can still use his reaction to cast Silvery Barbs if they succeeded anyway, as the effect stacks with disadvantage, forcing them to take the lowest of 3 rolls minus 1d4. By using any of the many pouches of your Heward's Hireling Armor, Deadpool can stockpile Glyphs of Warding containing spells such as Blink and Melf's Minute Meteors, doubling or tripling on concentration spells while preserving spell slots and action economy, so he can get to killing that much quicker. Alternately, he can have his familiar Dogpool trigger the glyphs as he misty steps away to set off a gratuitous amount of explosive runes in every color of the rainbow. He'll be fine. This concludes my guide on how to play Deadpool. It's just a fun extra. If you were to build a mini of Deadpool, this is how he might look. I do hope you've enjoyed this. If you have any thoughts on what you do to improve it, questions, or if you've played this, feedback on how it went, or anything else, please leave a comment. Definitely subscribe and ring the bell icon for notifications, as I have many more builds on the way, and feel free to join me in my Discord for X-Men one-shots. And as always, thank you for watching.
Pick a side, pick your poison.